Welcome to Final Whistle Football News, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My first news is Estevao. Rodrygo shine with brace as Brazil thrashes South Korea 5-0 in international friendly. Brazil thrashed South Korea 5-0 in their international friendly match at the Seoul World Cup Stadium on Friday. 18-year-old Chelsea winger Estevao scored twice as an impressive Brazil thrashed fellow World Cup qualifier South Korea 5-0 away in a friendly on Friday. Home captain Son Heung-min made his 137th appearance for South Korea, a record for the country's men's team, in wet conditions in Seoul. But apart from that, it was all about Carlo Ancelotti's side, which led 2-0 at halftime after goals from Chelsea's Estevao and Real Madrid's Rodrygo. Estevao finished from close range after 13 minutes following an incisive through ball from Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. His side's first goal. Photo credit, AP. 18-year-old Chelsea winger Estevao scored twice as an impressive Brazil thrashed fellow World Cup qualifier South Korea 5-0 away in a friendly on Friday. Home captain Son Heung-min made his 137th appearance for South Korea, a record for the country's men's team, in wet conditions in Seoul. But apart from that, it was all about Carlo Ancelotti's side, which led 2-0 at halftime after goals from Chelsea's Estevao and Real Madrid's Rodrygo. Estevao finished from close range after 13 minutes following an incisive through ball from Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. It was his second goal in his 8th game for Brazil and a reminder that he could be one of the stars of next year's World Cup in North America. As it happened, Cor vs Bra highlights. Brazil looked dangerous every time it went forward, and it doubled its lead 4 minutes before the break when Rodrygo rifled in after evading the South Korean defense with some neat footwork. The visitors played a strong side, with Manchester United's Matheus Cunha leading the front line and the dangerous trio of Estevao, Rodrygo, and his Real Madrid teammate Vinicius Jr. just behind. That quality showed soon after the break as Estevao and Rodrygo both scored again, before Vinicius made it 5 with 13 minutes to go. Brazil faces Japan in an away clash on Tuesday, while South Korea hosts Paraguay. My second news is manager claims Liverpool have England's next number 9. Rob Page predicts bright futures for Liverpool starlets Dans and Reon Gumaha. Liverpool's academy has long been a source of elite-level footballers, but few coaches have spoken as confidently about the next generation as Rob Page. The former Wales manager, who took charge of Liverpool's under-21s in June, has offered striking praise for two of the club's brightest teenage prospects, Jadon Dans and Reon Gumaha, describing one as a special talent and the other as a potential future England number 9. Rob Page outlines Liverpool's youth vision. Page, who guided Wales through 2 major tournaments earlier in his managerial career, has made a seamless transition into his new role at Kirkby. His emphasis on aligning the under-21s playing style with Arne Slot's first-team approach is designed to make the step-up more natural for emerging players. Speaking recently, Page stressed how vital it is for young players to mirror the tactical and mental demands of Slot's system. The connection between the academy and first team has to be seamless, he explained. When these lads get their opportunity, they need to understand exactly what's required of them. That's how you produce consistent, ready-made professionals. It's a clear indication that Page sees development not just as technical improvement but as preparation for the realities of Premier League football. Reon Gumaha earns glowing praise. At just 17 years old, Reon Gumaha has already captured the imagination of Liverpool supporters. His dramatic winner away to Newcastle earlier this season announced his arrival on the biggest stage. Page, however, sees more than flair and composure in the teenager. He's a special talent, I'm not going to lie, Page said in an interview with TalkSport. In high-pressure situations, he manages to step it up. He's calm, humble and has the right attitude. What impresses me most is his hunger to learn. He wants to improve every single day and never switches off. Ngumaha's progress has been rapid. Since that match-winning moment at St. James Park, he has featured in the Champions League and committed his future to the club by signing his first professional contract. His blend of technical excellence and maturity has positioned him among the most exciting young forwards in England, Dan's tipped as future England striker. If Ngumaha represents promise fulfilled, Jayden Dan symbolizes potential still being shaped. The 19-year-old striker burst onto the scene with 2 goals in the FA Cup against Southampton and played a part in Liverpool's Carabao Cup triumph. Despite recent injury setbacks, Page's confidence in the youngster remains unshaken. "I've got Jayden Dans here as well, who's probably going to be the next England number 9, Page declared. It's a bold statement, but one grounded in belief rather than hyperbole. Dan's combination of movement, finishing and physical presence makes him a natural focal point for any side. His temperament, like Ngumaha's, also earns high marks. Their attitude is exemplary, Page said of his squad. They're a credit to their families, grounded, humble and driven. Liverpool's academy continues to deliver. Liverpool's academy has built a reputation for producing players capable of thriving in the high-intensity environment of Anfield. With Page now overseeing the final stage of youth development, the pipeline appears stronger than ever. Both Ngumaha and Dans embody what Liverpool's system aims to achieve, players who combine skill with character, and confidence with humility. While it's still early days, Page's enthusiasm is not misplaced. In these 2 young forwards, he sees not only the future of Liverpool, but potentially of English football. My third news is Napoli believe Manchester United would accept Kobbie Mainoo transfer on one condition. Napoli believe they remain in with a chance of signing Manchester United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo in the January transfer window, according to reports. The Serie A champions held talks to sign the 20-year-old in the summer but had to change their transfer plans following Romelu Lukaku's injury and opted to sign Rasmus Højlund from United instead. Mainoo has become concerned over his lack of regular playing time under Ruben Amorim and had also attracted interest from Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Everton in the summer. So far this season, Mainoo is yet to start a Premier League game and his only full 90 minutes has come in the surprise penalty shootout defeat to Grimsby Town in the Carabao Cup last month. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Napoli will reignite their interest in Mainoo in the January window and there is a confidence that a deal can be agreed. The report claims that Napoli feel that United would accept a loan bid for the remainder of the season if it does not include an option to buy. Napoli agreed an initial loan deal with United for Højlund in the closing stages of the summer window, but that includes an obligation to buy clause which will see the striker make a permanent £38 million transfer to Antonio Conte's side next summer. Speaking last month, Amorim insisted that Mainoo needed to improve in order to secure more playing time at United. Like a lot of guys, he wants to play more, Amorim said. I believe a lot in Kobbie, but some of you think that Kobbie Mainoo is already done. I think he can do so much better. He can improve in a lot. And sometimes I think for some guys it's, the level he's playing at now, enough. For him, it's not enough. Maybe it's not fair, but I think I'm helping Kobbie Mainoo and that's it. He will have opportunities like the other guys. If I feel during the week that he's the best player to play, he's going to play and I prove that already to every player here. I believe a lot in him. I have the same opinion, that you have and that is a top player, but he can be so much better, so I'm focused on that. My last news is Arsenal sanctioned for breaking little-known FA Cup rule against Manchester United. Arsenal have been slapped with a suspended £500,000 fine by the Football Association for a breach of FA Cup ticketing rules. The record 14-time winners of the competition were beaten by Manchester United on penalties in the third round last season. Kai Havertz missed for the Gunners in the shootout whilst United saw all 5 takers find the target to advance to the 4th round. It's almost been a year since their early FA Cup exit, but the North London side have been sanctioned by the FA for an off-pitch matter. What FA rule have Arsenal breached? Arsenal breached Rule 192, which states, the home club shall comply with any request for tickets made in accordance with Rule 191. Rule 191 has 2 key aspects that clubs must adhere to during FA Cup fixtures, excluding the semi-finals and final. Away clubs have the right to claim up to 15% of the tickets issued, with 9,000 being the maximum total. Or, if the ground isn't all ticketed, they can claim up to 15% of the ground's maximum capacity. This is provided that tickets give entry to a fully segregated area, and the ticket request is made within 4 days of the relevant draw. After Arsenal were alleged to have breached the rule, the matter was referred to the Professional Game Board, PGB. They concluded that the Gunners did not comply with Rule 192, and imposed a suspended fine of £500,000. It is suspended pending Arsenal's confirmation that they can comply with the rule for the third round and beyond this season. When do Arsenal enter this season's FA Cup? The FA Cup actually began at the beginning of August with the extra preliminary round, before the main preliminary round. Since then, there have been 3 rounds of qualifying, with 4th round qualifying fixtures being played this weekend. Next are the first and second rounds proper across November and December ahead of the coveted third round. This is when Arsenal, along with their 19 Premier League rivals and all 24 Championship sides, will enter the competition. Arsenal have not won the FA Cup since 2020 and haven't progressed past the 4th round since then. It's also the last time they lifted a piece of major silverware with Mikel Arteta as their head coach. In the 5 years since, they have triumphed in the Community Shield twice, while finishing in second spot in the Premier League in each of the last 3 seasons. However, they are currently top of the table and a point ahead of reigning champions Liverpool with 7 games played. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Final Whistle Football News, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.